Damen und Herren, herzlich willkommen bei schon wieder einer Episode von diese Woche Uhren 96. Ich bin Jasper Leifring und wir sind Amsterdam Vintage Watches. Kugelschreiber. Thank you for tuning in once again. We're here to bring you watches, and just like every week, only fire on this table. 6 pieces that we're going to give some special attention because they're very rare and interesting, and adding 3 more pieces that are quite affordable, this time dress watches. But we're going to start with the watch I'm wearing myself. It's a reference 1803, dating back to the early 70s, where they used this beautiful pipe and dial with a wonderful 5-minute track marker on the pipe band. Excellent watch that also goes very well with a suit. As you can see here, when it's strapped to leather, it's even more formal, it's even more classic, and it's a beautiful combination that you can pick up for 7,600 euros. This is one of the only 4 watches under the 10k euro mark, and as I just mentioned, it's time to discuss some dress pieces. So the 3 additional watches are dressers, in this case all steel, 1 from Omega with a black dial and 2 IWCs. We're going to start with the Omega with a reference 2503, a beautiful watch with a black dial, and I like dress watches with a black dial and a steel case. They're very nice, especially coming in the perfect size of 36 millimeters, some nice applied numerals, and also tritium on both the handset as well on the dial. The dial shows perfect sign of aging, and it's priced just slightly over 2,000 euros, and it's hard to find a cooler piece for that amount of money. But take a look at the coming 2 IWCs. We're going to start with a earlier piece. The Omega was from 1952, this watch dating back to the end of the 40s when they produced wonderful mechanical hand-winding dress watches, and this is not an exception. This is an excellent piece, retailed by jeweler with the stamp on its dial, priced at 2350. Same price you can pick up a dress watch that's coming from a later era, in this case the 1960s, to be precise 1964. It's an automatic dress watch, so it can also be a little bit more comfortable or easy to wear, and the price is just as the jeweler signed manual winding, 23,350 euros. We would like to show our appreciation for your reaction on the 3 watches that we add every week. So far we sold them out every time. They're more affordable, but now we're going to look at some very rare and coveted pieces, starting with a Rolex Datejust 1601. Now you know the 1601 can also be very affordable, especially when it's the stainless steel one with the white gold bezel, and these you can pick up with the Jubilee bracelet around 4,500 euro, depending on the condition. Now we have a very interesting watch over here dating back to the early 60s, where they still use the Swiss only dial. Price is 11,200 euro, and it's strapped on a leather strap. Now, how come this watch is rather costly compared to other Rolex Datejust models? Well, first of all, it's in pink gold, and that's even way rarer than the yellow gold versions. And look at this dial. It's set with diamonds at the uneven hour markers. It's a very interesting dial configuration. We don't see these too often, and therefore it justifies the price of 11,200 euros very much. It's a beautiful piece, condition is nice, and look at the aging once again on the dial. Wonderful piece, make sure you react quickly. Now it's time for the more sporty watches. The 1970s Submariners are very much wanted, and we can see all of these watches climbing in price. We have one still under 12,000 and it's a beautiful 5513 with the depth rating above the Submariner marking. The condition is wonderful. The only thing that has been replaced is the bracelet, but still it's very strong. Look at the creamy plots, also matching the inlay of the tritium of the hands, and it's a wonderful watch that you can pick up for the price of 11,900 euros. It is lined up next to its luxurious brother, the 16618, which is the full gold Rolex Submariner, a very exquisite piece dating back to 1990, coming in two different configurations. You can buy one either with the black bezel and the black dial, but we actually prefer the one with the blue bezel and the blue dial. It just looks so cool, really a stunning piece that pops off the wrist, especially when it's in a condition like this. The watch is totally unpolished and also taken care of very well over the years. It's dating back to 1990, so it's already a almost 30-year-old watch, but still looking razor sharp. Dial turning into a romantic purple color, and it's priced at slightly over 18,000 euros. The last Rolex we have for this week is an Explorer, a very early one, and the Explorer is a beloved sports model. It's one of the very few sports models coming in a 36mm measuring case, and the early models are supplied with the glossy gilt dial, in this case with the radium hour markers and radium hands. Perfect condition still, only slightly of the lume at the 12 o'clock marker fell off, but overall the watch is looking great. It is strapped to a wonderful folded Jubilee bracelet, making the combination even more elegant. Obviously, so you can also choose for an oyster, but I really prefer this combination. The price is 19,800 euro and the reference is 6610. You might want to Google that. It is way less known than the 1016 that came afterwards, but this predecessor of the 1016 is well known among collectors. Up next, a tremendous Patek Philippe 5167. A similar one we sold 2 weeks ago, and that one was gone within minutes actually after dropping it. So definitely we're happy to have one back, and this time it is supplied with the stainless steel bracelet. Slightly rarer, the watch is dating back to 2013, but looks perfect. Only a couple of scratches, but overall the condition is wonderful, especially if you hear the pricing. 27,000 euro for a full set, and with this condition you cannot go wrong. A reference 5167, once again in our shop. Act fast. Last but not least, we have an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak reference 5402. Now the reference 5402 was of course the very first reference ever produced. In this case we're talking about a 5402 BA, which is the full 18 karat gold Audemars Piguet, and we're so happy to have this one. It's one of the very earliest, ranging back to a serial of 300 and something, dating back to 1979 as displayed on the extract of the archives. It just underwent a complete overhaul that costed a lot of fucking money for Audemars Piguet, but obviously it is worth it. The price of the watch is 57,000 euro and also coming with the original box. Bear in mind, one of the very earliest models with the AP logo down at the 6 o'clock position. Condition of the bracelet is super tight. The condition of the case is wonderful. You can still see the bevels and the chamfers on all the links and on the case, so you might want to have a look at this watch if you're looking for a beautiful Audemars Piguet. So we started with the dress watches that you can pick up between 2100 and 2350. Very affordable, very stylish, and something that will last you a lifetime. Same goes to say for the Rolex Datejust 1601 with the diamond marker dial and in pink gold. However, price is slightly different, as I mentioned, just over the 10K. Same goes to say for the 5513, beautiful watch in a crazy condition, and again, price over the 11,000 euros. Now, the full gold example you can pick up for 18,900 euros. It's a wonderful watch, and you will make sure it will not go unnoticed when you wear this watch. The 6610 is really a connoisseur timepiece, one of the earliest explorers and one of the most beloved among collectors, and we definitely know why, and I hope you can see now why this watch is so very much wanted. Beautiful glossy gilt dial, something I really enjoy every day. Now we got the contemporary Patek Philippe Aquanaut. We start loving the Aquanaut more and more, and it goes to show you we sold them very quickly. So another 5167 is included in this week's drop. And the cherry on the cake was the AP 5402, the very first reference ever produced for the Royal Oak. In this case, a BA, so the one in 18 karat gold with the AP down. One of the very earliest serials, priced at 57,000 euro. And that is how we end this week's watches. Thanks again for watching, and make sure that you remember that the best day to buy a vintage watch is today.